Oh, I'm here. I'm just getting situated. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm here. Um, I'm caught up now. It took me a minute to get caught up on everything. So I know what's going on up and down the YouTube streets. And um, first I thought your motherfucking ass was over in another community talking about me. Because if you're over in another community talking about me, Shakina, I'm gonna drag your ass. Okay? If you're over in another community talking about me and I'm not able to defend myself, I'm gonna drag your ass. So, um, what I wanted to come on and talk about is you're the only person that's happy. I think you're the only one that says somebody got a favor done. Um, I think, my opinion, you've done the worst. You fought with everybody over here in this community. You've drugged everybody's children. You've drugged everybody's family members, dead or alive. I think you've done the most over here in the J4K community. But the worst, Shakina, the worst, Shakina, is your kids. That's what I wanted to talk about. Your kids. Did you know that everything that we know about your children, you brought it to YouTube? Did you know that constantly throughout the years you continue to throw your children under the bus for monetary gain? um, did you know that you just sat on the panel and said that you didn't mess with anything but marijuana when Big Red came to YouTube and said, um, you guys sold bath salts for a living in Pennsylvania. Y'all was selling bath salts. That's what he did the 5 years in jail for. Big Red went to jail for 5 years for selling bath salts out of your house, Shakina. And Um, you brought up marijuana, but it was never marijuana. It was always bath salts and pills because your police record said that you was pulled over. Well, you wasn't pulled over. They found you with a whole bunch of empty pill bottles with no names on them. You took all the names off the pill bottles and you had fell asleep. That's what it said. So your children, when you came to YouTube and you was doing all this hustling and needing all this help, I'm going to drop receipts while I'm talking this morning. While you were um, coming to YouTube and dropping all these receipts on how much you needed help up and down the YouTube streets. Wait a minute, I want to make sure I'm putting it on the right channel. Yeah, because I don't want to put this stuff on. Well, yeah, I can put it on there. What am I talking about? This is my stuff. Yeah, I'm going to put it on this channel. So I'm dropping receipts while I'm doing this live too. More receipts. I found this one receipt last night. And it's like, I guess I just never paid any attention to it. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah, this one. Ungrateful bitch that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. You a dirty bitch. Shakina. You dirty. You are. You're the most ungrateful bitch that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Okay, I'm dropping these receipts. Um, so you come to YouTube acting like you're so big bad, but you were doing so much shape shifting. You were doing so much shape shifting, but you brought the old laugh back. So you're in between Diet and Shakina. Diet and Shakina. Diet and Shakina. You were shape shifting a lot last night. Well, however old that live is, because I'm late getting caught up. Hold on, let me see. I want to name this. I want to name it Gmail because you asked me again. But this one, you said you're transferring the money from your Gmail. Well, I was like, wait a minute. Is she talking about transferring that money? That's what she talking about. That's what the lip talking about. You're going to be mad today. You're going to be lit today, lip. You're going to be lit today, lip. You're going to be lit today, lip. 23 got time. So, while you was on up and down the YouTube streets, oh, big bad. Um, During this drug raid thing situation and being put out and shit. How come your children couldn't help you? They grown. Hmm? How come your children couldn't help you? Wait a minute. Hold on, let me finish dropping these receipts right quick. Because I can't concentrate. I can't talk and drop receipts too. Just hold on a second. And I'm coming down with a code. I am. Yeah, this one. I've not paid any attention to this until last night. I was looking for the one where she was talking about her laptop, because you guys didn't know that she called it a PC, a computer, that she did have a PC, a computer, when she came to YouTube. She wants you guys to think she was only working with a phone, but she had more than a phone. This one, hold on. And the only reason why you laugh like you do, Shakina, about this Facebook is because you took away 15 messages on here. You erased 15 messages on here. I counted them. You went back and you erased them. And then you deleted it on your end. But I never deleted it. And then when I went back to look, I was like, well, that motherfucking bitch. She erased 15 messages. But that's how you get down. And then when I heard people on YouTube say that you did the same thing to them, they said you erased those messages, Shakina. You did the same thing to them, what you did to me. But what people don't know is you didn't get that card. You didn't get that card. You didn't get that card. And the reason why you didn't get that card is because I was sending you that money through that Facebook. That's why you didn't get that card. It took you a minute before you went out and got that little what? Was it $4 or $1.99? And I did send you $100 right off the motherfucking bat. And you turned around and you text me, Shakina, and you told me you didn't receive it. You did. And you know you did. And that's what you hate me for the most. But hold on, guys. Let me drop these. There's nobody in here but Shakina, anyways. Hold on, Shakina. Let me finish dropping these. What time is it? It's 9 in the morning. It ain't 9 here, though, bitch. Hold on. I'm not going to say anything until I get finished doing this. Just hold on. I'll just go back and rename them when I get finished. And then I'm going to continue my commentary. I loaded these last night, so I'm trying to remember what I put on here. I might have to get something to drink. I'm like dry. It's cold this morning. Okay, it's 59. It's cold here, okay? It might not be cold where y'all at, I don't know, but it's cold here. It's chilly. Okay. Okay, I'll upload those receipts. So I said to myself, I was listening, and I said, I know that droplet whore isn't over in another community talking about me, because I was going to get with you last night. But I fell asleep. I fell asleep. Okay, let's finish talking about what I was talking about. So any information that's out here in these YouTube streets, you're talking to the new people, okay? You're talking to the new people. You ain't talking to J for K. Because any information that's out here in these YouTube streets about your family, you brought it. You brought it. You brought it out here. Your son being in jail, you brought that out here. You brought that out here. Your son being gay, you brought that out here. You brought that out here. Your daughter holding down the family on fans only, you brought that out here. You didn't bring out her being on fans only, but you brought out the part. You brought out the part of her playing in her pussy. You brought out that part. You led people to believe that your daughter was off doing some kind of modeling contract. She's a model. She's a model. And then you constantly said, I saw that midget Mac pussy, that little knockoff pussy. You said, I saw it. I never, never, never saw no bitch in the shower. Not no 4'2" bitch. I ain't never seen nothing like that. Mm-mm. No. I would have told it. I would have told it. I would have been laughing at your ass years ago. Okay? What I did see was your mama. I keep telling you that. So you upset, Shakina. You upset. You upset. Because these people and me know the truth. You upset. You want to get the people that know the truth about you, right? JJ knows the truth about you. He does. He knows the paperwork. He done read the paperwork. You know, the bath salt, the bath salts, the bath salt. I never knew it was bath salt. The police said white substance. Criminal mind over there. The police said white substance. Okay? Big Red said bath salt. He said, I'm sorry, Shakina, I'm going to have to put this out here. It was bath salt. We was selling bath salt. I sat down. I was like, damn. Big Red even threw you under the bus. All these years, police said white substance. I came out, what is it, 2 years? I've been hollering 2 years. White substance, white substance. Come to find out, you're a bath salt seller. Do you know what that does to your head? Your brain? You nasty. You weak minded. That's what's wrong with you. You set up and you sampled with bath salts. Bath salts, and then the Spanish man put that steel toe boot to your head and broke your tailbone. And you got brain damage, and your mama told you you was too pretty to play. You have all these damages and wounds. Damages and wounds. Oh, and you stabbed at the 12-year-old with the knife to the fight. And then your uncle having sex with you when you was a kid. And then you bring all that to YouTube, and you couldn't keep it on wraps. You couldn't keep that on wraps. So all that got out over here in the J4K community. And I run with it. I run with it. But Shakina, you say the same thing, hollering and screaming. Have that bitch show a money transfer. Have that bitch show a money transfer. I know you can hear me smiling. Listen. Does that give you the right, Shakina? Does that give you the right to act the way you've been acting over these, 5 years? I'll say a good 5 years. Does that give you a right to stalk people? Well, not people, my family. Does that give you the right, Shakina, to try to make me a pedophile? Shakina, what you say? He done the most. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Nobody. You have outdone everybody over here in this community. You've done the most. That's why you can't get that walking 500. All the hell you've been raising, and you can't get a walking 500 subs. As evil as you are, it seemed like you could have got those 500 subs by now. And everybody know you need those 500 subs. You're just a little walking demon, a shape shifting demon. So, last night I remember saying something about an 18-year-old being raped by the entire football team. The entire football team. I hope that goddamn yellow bitch gets raped by the entire football team. And I was like, well, fuck what that goddamn yellow bitch do to you, Shakina, where she got to be raped by the entire football team. And I was like, why she got to be raped, though? How come she couldn't be beat up? Or what else could happen? Kicked out of school, or fail, or why it has to be raped, huh? Because you said that's what happened to your daughter? You said your daughter was raped. You say she was raped. But you said when you came home, the house was quiet. Shakina, this is what you don't like about me. Start recording. Start recording. So you said when you came home, the house was quiet. All four of them bastards was there. Monica, this isn't going to be good. This ain't going to be good. She said that motherfucker told her to get up and go to the stove. She said she had just blown one of them bastards out. She had just had a fresh one. He called them puppy mutts. He called them puppy mutts. He told her she had to go get the milk. He said no. She said no. I just blowed out a puppy mutt and it's cold out there. We in the mountains. You go get the milk. He said no. I'm going to stay here with the puppy mutts. You go get the milk. dropping blood, umbilical cord hanging below, umbilical cord hanging, dropping clots all the way out the door. You got to go get the milk. You got 4 puppy mutts. Why your titty didn't work? Or did you have to go get food? He didn't want to go get the food? How that motherfucker make you go, wait. But y'all moved in with his family. They wouldn't let y'all eat? How come you couldn't eat off a day plate? Why you didn't eat off a day plate? Why you had to go to the store that day? Why? It was a setup. It was a setup. It was a setup. Ain't no telling who fucked that girl that day. So you went on your way, dripping blood out through the snow, leaving a trail of blood, just giving birth. I couldn't imagine. Momo, could you imagine? You just gave birth. Well, you know, the bitch said you was sucking cock for shoveling snow. She said you was sucking cock for shoveling snow. This bitch leaving a trail of blood through the snow. You left a trail of blood through that motherfucking snow. You just dropped a puppy mutt. We all done had a baby. We know how much we rag after you done dropped one fresh. You dropping clots after you done had that baby. And you got up. You got up and went out in that cold snow, dropping a blood trail from that puppy mutt birth. When you said you came back, the house was quiet. You didn't hear shit, but you left 4 puppy mutts and a so-called husband. You said you was married. I don't know who you playing with. Who gonna marry a 13-year-old? Who gonna marry a 13-year-old that ran away from home because your parents kept saying no? But you said you ran away. You ain't ran away. You was pregnant. You and your mama was pregnant at the same time. You and your mama was pregnant at the same time. Say, Allah. Y'all was pregnant at the same time. I did the math. Your sister and Zykia is the same age. They the same age. You was fucking and sucking, and your mama was fucking and sucking. I had a 13-year-old daughter. I've also had the 13-year-old son. And when that motherfucker turned what? 16, 17, 18, 19. And he was gone by 19, 18. 18 was it, because it's college. I was buying motherfucking condoms. I had to. I didn't have a choice. Them motherfucking bitches was lined up. I couldn't keep them off of him. I was like, fuck. So I had to protect my son, and I didn't want to be a grandma. So I'm constantly telling him, look, Annie's goddamn center football, 7 years of football, first swimmer on the swim team, all this shit. Annie walking around looking like goddamn Chris Brown. It was a lot. And it was just a lot. It was a lot. To keep your kids from out in the public a lot, around a lot of people. Well, around a lot of kids that is having sex. When your kid is out in the public or out in, like, they're out doing sports or they're out doing activities, where these girls had to drop. Shit. You know how hard it is to keep teenagers from having sex. So I was like, I'm buying boxes and boxes of condoms. I'm making sure, you know. And I did my job. I mean, my grandson's 3 years old, so I did my job. Because even when he was old enough to do it, I knocked sense in his goddamn head. You know, not only that, he cut the cord. He cut the cord for my daughter. So I made sure he wasn't gonna fucking go out and fucking do it. You know, the motherfucker went on and got his goddamn career together and got married and then blew me out a fucking a grandson. And I begged for that fucking grandson. I had to beg for it. I was like, how old do I have to get before I get one? Shit. And I finally got one. But anyway, let me get back to my fucking story. So, Chicane. Chicane. So you left dropping blood clots through the snow, right? You left your puppy mutts to go to the store. You said you didn't have a choice. And when you got back, the house was quiet. And I'm like, when you got back, the house was quiet, but you said she was raped. And that's when we got in a fight right there. Because because she's 8 years old, if the child was being raped at 8 years old, when you walked in the house, it would have been a lot of noise going on in that house. It would have been hollering and screaming, and all those other mutts would have been hollering and screaming. But you said when you walked back through that door, through that cold, cold snow, dropping that blood through that snow, you said the house was quiet. Why was the house quiet? Because it wasn't the first time. The child had been groomed. And then you came to YouTube, throwing it under the bus again. Don't blame me. That's what you said, Shakina. You said, don't blame me. I didn't know. I didn't know she was being groomed. I didn't know she was being groomed. But you say you was 13 when you start fucking the Spanish man. You call him a Spanish man. And then come to find out he was 18 years old. Wait a minute. He was 18. So 13 and 18 years old. 13 and 18. That's a 5-year difference. 13 and 18. That's pedophile. So you was groomed. But then I double down and I say, I do not believe any of it. I don't believe that child, the first one, belonged to the Spanish one. I don't believe they all got the same father, is what I'm saying. I believe they all got different daddies. You said that everybody that you fucked was a dealer. So if everybody that you had sex with was a dealer, how can all your children be by the same man? How can that be? Shokina? How can it be? So you say when you came back, the house was quiet. And you know you left all 4 children there in that house. And you say you went upstairs and you walked in on your husband on top of your daughter. That's what you said. So how come she wasn't kicking and screaming and fighting and hollering, mama, 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 mama? That's what I didn't understand. You never said that, Shakina. You said the house was quiet. So the child was groomed. Who's to say the other brothers and sisters didn't have sex with the children? Because you said that y'all had to move in with the family because you was not going back home. When we know you couldn't have went back home anyways because your mama and you was pregnant at the same time. Say I lie. Say I lie. You and your mama was pregnant at the same time. So there was no going back. Anyways, this is why you don't like 23. Well, 2300 was an A1 day one. 2300 was 2300 was a flying monkey. 2300 sat at that greaseball table and listened to you, Shakina. I listened to you talk about setting up a 16-year-old to have sex for the first time, and you got to watch. This is what you said, Shakina. You came to YouTube and you sat at that greaseball table and you said that you got to set a 16-year-old girl up for sex for the first time, and you got to watch. And now that I know how you really get down up and down the YouTube streets, I said, no, you didn't set no 16-year-old girl up um, to have sex for the first time. I said, you set a 16-year-old up to get raped for the first time. And you watched. You watched. So that makes you a pedophile. So all these jackets and coats you've been putting on me all these years is you, Shakina. You the pedophile. You the pedophile. You the scammer. You the liar. You the shapeshifter. All these years, you said that I'm marking people. All these years, and it was you. You the one that can't keep your own identity, Shakina. You're the person that's lying up and down the streets, Shakina. You're the one that wants to act like all the other content creators, Shakina. You're the one that's over there in your room hollering, child, child, child. Ooh, child, child, child. You the one want to be like the beef sector, Shakina. Can't find your own identity, Shakina. You are the most hated, Shakina. You have done the most, Shakina, up and down the YouTube streets. That's why you don't like 23. That's why you don't like 2300, Shakina. I think so. My throat is sore. I'm really coming down with this cold. But yeah, your ass gonna be lit today. You talk about somebody doing somebody a favor. Hold on a second.
an important first step to actually doing something about it. So, of course, narcissists, you cannot put them all in the same box. They are all different and they will behave different and do different things. But I'm speaking in general terms, and I'm